You're watching Ag News by Cary Sims. Before you build that pond, few things make a rural property feel complete like a pond. Whether it is grandchildren fishing from the bank, livestock watering during a dry summer, watching waterfowl land on it in the winter, or simply seeing the reflection of pine trees in the still water at sunset, ponds add both beauty and function to the land. And around East Texas, it seems like just about every rural or almost rural landowner eventually starts thinking about building one. But here is the truth most folks learn too late. Many pond problems begin long before the pond ever fills with water. It's too shallow or leaks constantly and won't stay full. Or I hear, it's always muddy or overgrown with weeds and the fishing is poor. Most of those problems are easier and far cheaper to prevent during planning than they are to fix later. The first question to ask is not how big the pond should be. It is, what do I want this pond to actually do? That sounds simple, but many landowners never really answer it. They just know they want water. A pond designed primarily for trophy bass fishing may look very different from one intended for livestock watering, wildlife habitat, or simply a place for kids and grandkids to catch catfish on a Saturday afternoon. Trying to make one pond do everything sometimes leads to disappointment in all categories. For example, smaller ponds are often better suited for catfish production than for bass management. Catfish can thrive in smaller waters and provide excellent fishing without requiring the same predator-prey balance needed for quality bass fishing. On the other hand, managing for largemouth bass usually requires more attention to stocking rates, forage fish populations, harvest management, and habitat structure. Another major factor is the watershed. A pond is only as healthy as the land draining into it. What happens uphill eventually ends up in the pond. Exposed soil, erosion, fertilizer runoff, livestock traffic, and poor drainage management upstream can all affect water quality downstream. One of the most common mistakes in pond construction is underestimating the importance of proper drainage area. Too little watershed, and the pond may struggle to stay full during dry weather. Too much runoff can create erosion problems, muddy water, and nutrient loading issues. Depth also matters more than many people realize. Many older East Texas ponds are relatively shallow. Unfortunately, shallow ponds warm up faster during the summer, are more prone to low oxygen problems, and often develop excessive aquatic vegetation. Simply put, if sunlight reaches the pond bottom, plants will try to grow there. That does not mean all aquatic vegetation is bad. In fact, some vegetation is beneficial for fish habitat and overall pond health. But ponds that are too shallow often become difficult to manage over time. Placement matters too. Building a pond in a scenic spot may seem appealing, but practical considerations matter. Large trees growing on dams can create long-term structural concerns as roots decay. Spillways need proper planning. Access for future maintenance and equipment should be considered before construction ever begins. And while it is easy to focus on the excitement of stocking fish, the dirt work and design are usually what determine whether a pond becomes an asset or a constant frustration. A well-built pond can provide fishing, wildlife habitat, livestock water, recreation, and memories for generations. But ponds are expensive and difficult to redesign once the water is in place. That is why the most successful pond owners usually spend far more time planning the pond than rushing to build it. Next week, we will talk about managing the pond you already have, including muddy water, fish populations, aquatic weeds, and common problems many East Texas pond owners face. If you wish to learn more about farm pond management, the Angelina County office of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service will host a farm pond management seminar on Tuesday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. This class will focus on weed control, muddy water issues, and avoiding fish die-offs. 1 CEU for pesticide licenses. There is no fee for the seminar. Call 936-634-6414 for more information. Cary Sims is the County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources for Angelina County. His email address is cw-sims@tamu.edu. Educational programs of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service are open to all people without regard to race, color, sex, disability, religion, age, national origin, genetic information, or veteran status. The Texas A&M University System, U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the County Commissioners Courts of Texas cooperating.